Blinked once and the boy from the 016 stepped in the building. I go by the name of Billy O's baby, and I'm back again with another episode of Orange Cred. 2 weeks running, you know how we're doing it big, baby. And this week I'm gonna be talking about my top 5 SA hip hop albums at the current moment. It's not of all time, and I know there's gonna be some omissions that are gonna have people fighting and being angry at me for, but this is just at this moment in time what I've been jamming to and what I actually been vibing to a lot. So I'm gonna go from number 5, and you know how it goes, down to number 1, and I'll try and explain a little bit as to why for each project. But yeah, this is my top 5 albums at the current moment. Don't kill me too much, it's just at the moment what I've been jamming to, like I said. So let's get straight into it and start with number 5. At number 5 I have Candyman by Flame. And the reason why I have Candyman is because for me, this is one of those albums that it could have been a make or break moment for Flame as an artist after leaving TWC. So to reintroduce himself as a solo act, it really is a beautiful body of work. It says a lot about him individually, so it makes you understand who Flame is as an artist on his own, not attached to TWC. So for me, it makes number 5 based on those reasons. And not just only that, because also Flame makes beautiful music that actually moves the masses, and it really did that for me. I get why it won an award at SA Best Newcomer, I think, when this came out. I think that was the award he won for it. So for me, yeah, Candyman, it really is one of my favorite albums out there. And it's not always about the penmanship. It may not be the best pen I've ever heard on this project or in general, but the project itself just says a lot about who Flame is, what he's about, and the type of music he makes. And it moves a lot of people, not just staunch hip-hop fans and not also just TWC fans. It also introduced them to people outside of the TWC brand and people who didn't really listen to TWC. and made them aware of who Flame is. So yeah, Candyman for me by Flame is at number 5. Moving down and moving on, I'm gonna go to Dust at number 4. I know this one is gonna have a lot of people fighting me for why is it number 4, why is it not higher, because I know a lot of people rate it. I rate it too, but at this moment in time, when I compare it to these other albums that I am listening to, for me, it ranks at number 4, and that's pretty good, by the way. But I know some of you guys are not going to be happy about that, but that's fine. And the reason why I put it at number 4, because pen game is elite. We know Pretty doesn't miss when it comes to the pen game, but it's not just about the pen game for me. It's the beat selection was dope, but the body of work itself was dope. Like the transitions of the music, how it moved along, how it like told its story, and on and on and on. So I loved it. And also being part of a trilogy, I think, from Soil to Mud and then Dust. I like that. I like that trilogy that he did with the previous body of works that incorporate into this one. So I understand what he was trying to do. I love it. It's a very beautiful project and album. Go check it out. It's fire. Pretty Ugly. Dust is on a crazy level. But I feel like there's some things that were missing for me, like his features were not really that great. I expected a little bit more. Maybe it's my fault for expecting a little bit more, but I did expect a lot more from the feature list. I thought you'd have certain people on there that would actually move it a little bit further on, and you know, would give it a little bit more weight. Not that the features that were on it were wrong, but it's just that I expected a little bit more on the features. Maybe it's my own fault for expecting a different or more on the feature list, but for me that also takes it down a little bit. That's why it's at number 4. It's because I expected a little bit more in terms of the features, and I thought also it would incorporate certain other things that I expect from Pretty, as I've been listening to Pretty for some time now. So I thought certain things would be incorporated and so forth and so forth. But I understand why a lot of people rank it so highly. It's a very dope album. His pen game is really elite. Pretty is one of the most lethal pen when it comes to the pen, basically, in this country, and he doesn't get enough credit when it comes to that. And I'm not really angry at the fact that people don't understand him like that. It's just that I see why, because he doesn't position himself in certain ways that it doesn't allow him. He doesn't allow himself to be considered in certain conversations, which is why I feel like his albums and his work is always like downplayed the way it is. But I do love Pretty Ugly a lot, and I love Dust. I think it's a fantastic project. I think it's really dope. It's just that the other projects that are on this list for me, and at this current moment that I'm listening to, they have a little bit of an edge towards them, and they have an edge over Dust, and they have certain elements that move me personally more than what Dust does. But it's still a beautiful body of work. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Dust by Pretty Ugly came out earlier on this year, so please go check it out and make your own judgment. And if you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree, also let me know why, and tell me why I should have put him higher and so forth. Yeah, man. But let's move on from number 4. So at number 3 we have Home by Tyson Sabatini. For me, for a debut album for an unknown artist, especially at that moment in time, he did a lot. He set the bar so high, and I really love the project. I have nothing bad to say about the project. I really love it from top to bottom. His feature list was insane. Beat selection was insane. Great rhyme scheme. Lyricism is on another level. I love the way he raps. I love the way he's so braggadocious, and he has confidence in what he says, confidence in his music, confidence in himself. I love that it comes across when you listen to his music. Like Tyson Sabatini, Big Saber is the G, man. He is one of my favorite artists at the moment, if not my favorite. This is my top 2 definitely of artists in the country right now. I can tell you that for a fact. Big Saber is the man, and Home really cemented that in my head, because I had listened to Eve before that, his tape that he had released, Eve, which I really loved. I fucked with it from start to finish, and when he came with Home, I really couldn't find any fault in this project. I really think it's dope. Beautiful introduction for him and who he is, so it says a lot about who he is. His feature run on that fucking project is insane. Like the features it has, they are insane. They make sense. They tell a very beautiful story, and they align with what he was trying to do. So I really do love this project, and comes in at number 3 for me, Home by Tyson Sabatini. This video is not going to be that long. I'm hoping to make it like a 15-minute video or so, not too long like the previous one. Don't really have to go that far into it. So yeah, man, for me, I love it. I love the project. I love the project. It has everything that I like in music: lyricism, fun rhyme schemes, or playful rhyme schemes, as some of you guys may say. He's braggadocious. It shows his belief in himself and his confidence. So it makes you get behind the artist, even if you are not too sure about the artist or the music itself. But the way he delivers it, and the way he like believes in everything that he says, and you can tell through the music that he really is invested in what he's doing, and the way he led up to like the project itself, like his rollouts and everything. They tell a story, and you actually get drawn into his art, and you appreciate it more. So big shout out to Big Saber. He comes in at number 3 for me with Home. At number 2, I have P2, The Big Hearted Bad Guy by A. Reese. For me, this is one of my favorite albums out there, man. Like, it's my second favorite A. Reese album, first of all, coming after what's this, From Me to You and Only You. That for me was very beautiful, especially with him coming out of Ambitious and having to make a statement as to who he is as into a solo artist with no label backing him. That was a beautiful project. But P2 really is the perfect picture of who A. Reese has evolved to become throughout the years, and this album embodies that in terms of his pen game. His pen is godly, man. We don't even have to talk about that. As expected, his pen is godly. But not just the pen game, the curation of the project is really dope. Really dope. And and he kept on doing the thing that we all know him for, which is write dope lyrics and be a lyricist, pure lyricist. I love him for that, and just the whole album on his own just encapsulates who he is and where he is at this moment in time, and I appreciate that because I've watched the growth of Aries from Paradise up till P2, the big-hearted bad guy. So for me, P2, the big-hearted bad guy, comes in at number 2 at the list, on my list of albums that I'm listening to at this moment in time, and that's purely because of just who Aries is at this moment and who he embodies himself as in this project. And I feel like it's worthy of a lot of mention because it's doing crazy numbers. I'm not one for numbers, but it's doing crazy numbers. It's a beautiful body of work, nice features, like beautiful features that make sense for who he is and where he is at this moment in time. So I'm happy about that. I'm not complaining. I love the project. It's really, really dope. Up there with his best work. It's up there with his best work that he has done for me, and I know a lot of people really have an indifferent opinion to mine when it comes to P2, but I really love it, and it says a lot about where he's at, and I appreciate the fact that he didn't shy away from like expressing himself as to who he is at this moment in time. So P2, the big-hearted bad guy, comes in at number 2, and at number 1 for me is Shine O'Clock by J. Jody. I really love this project, man. I've been bumping it since it dropped. Haven't lost the beat. I really think he's on to something really great, because also the reason why it's at number 1 for me is that he has shown me that he is more than what I thought he was, which is a great lyricist, but more than that, he makes good music, like really good music that moves people, and I think this project will actually land in terms of non-hip-hop listeners. If you play it to people who are non-hip-hop, it will really land well to them. It will actually accommodate everybody. It's very dope. He makes great music. He's a great musician. Not just a rapper, not just a hip-hop artist. He's a great musician, and he has a great mind, and you can tell that he has matured into who he was meant to be, because I didn't think this is who Jody was going to be. I always knew he was good lyrically. I always knew that his pen game was not one to be messed with, but in this project he really elaborated on who he is as a person and also as an artist. He's a great musician. Go listen to it. Shine O'Clock by J. Jody. Really is a beautiful body of work. At this moment in time, nothing tops it for me. Like, I have this project on repeat, week in, week out, day in, day out. It's my daily bread. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I love Shine O'Clock from start to finish. His features make sense, and that song with Java, oh man, I'm in love with that song. And also the one with Gemma Fassi, fucking fire. Just go listen to the project, man. I promise you, you're not gonna be disappointed. He really is doing dope stuff, and I believe in what J. Jody is doing. So I really think this project, this album, his debut album as a solo act, really does say a lot about him, and it makes you look forward to what he could be in the future and what he could bring to the table going forward. So yeah, I love this project, and I'll continue advocating for it. It's a really dope project, man. Shine O'Clock by J. Jody really is it. It's that album. There's other albums that I could have mentioned, but I felt like these 5 albums that I mentioned here topped those other albums. Honorary mentions to like I Love It Here by Nasty C. It reminded me of the old Nasty that I loved. He encapsulated everything. He brought it together. So it didn't make the list, but it is one of the albums that I want to mention as, it's a close second. It missed the top 5 by a close second. It really is a dope album. I love Nasty. I really do love Nasty, but these are 5 albums at the moment. For me, they are doing it for me. They encapsulate maybe where I am as a person right now in my life, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, you name it. They just say a lot about who I recognize myself as at this moment in time. So this is my top 5 albums at the current moment. I will give you a recap. At number 5, we have Candyman by Flame. Number 4, we have Dust by Pretty Ugly. And number 3, we have Home by Tyson Sabatelli. And number 2, P2, The Big Hearted Bad Guy by A. Reese. And our number 1 is Shine O'Clock by J. Jody. I really do love these 5 projects at the moment. They are on rotation for me, and I don't know if they're gonna leave it anytime soon. Hopefully someone will dislodge one of these projects, some of these other projects that I'm listening to. I hope one of them will also like replace one of these. But at the moment, these 5 really are my fighters, and they really man say a lot about who I am and where I am in my life. So I really love these projects. Go check them out. Number 5, Candyman. Number 4, Dust. Number 3, Home. Number 2, P2, The Big Hearted Bad Guy. And number 1, Shine O'Clock by J. Flippin' Jody. And now, to move on to the segment that I believe everybody comes on here for, which is the Orange List. You know how we do it, baby. This is where we introduce you guys to the most exciting upcoming talents in the game right now, according to me. So in my view, these 3 artists that I'm going to put you on are the artists that I believe have something to offer, and they will be something big in the next coming years in SA hip-hop. If you agree with me, you will say so. If you don't, you will also say so. But at the end of the day, the aim is for you to go listen to these guys and make your own distinctions. But I will tell you from my point of view why and who they are. These are the artists I'm going to tell you about. So we're going to start off by mentioning the big old Kindlynxsh. I think everybody knows Kindlynxsh at this moment in time. That H Chief song really has something, man. If he sticks to that lane, for those of you who are asking why Kindlynxsh, it's only been 1 song, but if he sticks to that lane and he delivers like that, because there's other music that he has for me that are really dope. It's really worth a listen. Go listen to him. I'll post them on my socials if you want the other songs. But at this moment in time, Kindlynxsh is the guy to be listening to. I think he has something to offer, especially for our bops, our niggas who love that jumpy stuff and that high energy, high octane music. This is the guy for you, Kindlynxsh. He's onto something. Go check him out. And I've seen he's been performing a lot. So I appreciate that he's being booked, first of all, and I appreciate the fact that he's invested in his craft and it will actually take him to the next level. And he's a dope producer too, because I know he's been producing for a lot of people in the game, such as I think he has produced some songs for Blackie and Lucas Raps, funny enough. But yeah, Kindlynxsh really is someone to look out for. I hope he keeps on at it, because that H Chief song is really fire, man. It's really fire. And there's also another song that I was listening to. I think it's Bass Militant or something like that. Something like that. I can't really remember. I'm sorry for not remembering the name of the other songs, but they really are also dope. Not really as to the level of H Chief, but they really are really dope songs. So please do go check out Kindlynxsh. And most of you guys, I would like to think, already do know who Kindlynxsh is, because that H Chief song is making the rounds, man. It is really doing the rounds. Check him out, Kindlynxsh. First name on the Orange List this week. Next name on the Orange List this week goes by the name of Zri. Zri is, oh man, I've been listening to this bro for like past 2 years now, I think. He really is dope. He has a project out that's called Samu. That's the one that I fuck with a lot. The whole project Samu, and the song from that is Samu. The lead single is Samu. Really love it. He's featuring Tyson Sabatelli. I think he has also on another feature on that project, might be Hash, if I'm not mistaken. But yo, Zri, fire. Go check him out. I promise you will love him. He really has something different to offer, and his music is really dope. Not really about his penmanship that much, but the type of work that he produces and the musical aspect of it. It's really dope. You will fuck with it very much. So moving on from Zri, we go to Johnny Plug. This is someone that I don't think a lot of you guys know. Johnny Plug is really dope, really dope. He dropped the project. Go check him out. He is up there, man. He's onto something. I've been listening to Johnny Plug for a minute, like maybe 5 years or so now. It's insane, but I really do think he's dope, and he will prove to a lot of you guys that he really is dope. Do go check him out. The song I love by him at the moment, I think, is okay. I don't have a specific song that I'm gonna plug you guys, because I've been listening to so many songs from so many beautiful bodies of work. Not really an album, but his mixtapes and his EPs and so forth really have been capturing me. So that's someone that I think you guys should go check out. So the orange list this week, the recap simple: Kindlynxsh, Zri, and Johnny Plug. Be on the lookout for those three. Go check them out, listen to them, and come back and let me know what you think. There's gonna be graphics here for all of them, so you can make out your picks and see if you vibe with what I'm talking about. If you don't, come back and let me know. If you do, also come back and let me know why I was right and why you feel like they're also onto something. But hey, man, those are the artists that I want to put up there and put the spotlight on this week. So do go check out everybody that I spoke about on this episode, because I believe they're doing something great. Everybody in their respective field and respective moment in their careers. So yeah, man, do check everybody out. Thank you for viewing my videos, and thank you for showing the boys some love and support. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the like on this video, comment down below, hit that notifications bell, because we're going to be doing this week in, week out, where I'll be coming in, letting you know what I'm up to in terms of hip-hop, what I've been experiencing, who I'm listening to, why I'm listening to them, who you should look out for, and why you should be looking out for those artists. Anyway, you know how we do it, and I love to do this thing, and I'll see you guys again. Peace out.